What's guapping YouTube? So before I start today's video off, I want to start off by saying thank you to all my returning viewers, all my returning subscribers. I thank you for clicking on today's video. If you are new to this channel, if this is your first time seeing my face, I am Josh Houston. I'm a relatively new YouTuber. I am also tired of having to say these three simple words repeatedly: Black Lives Matter. But I will not stop saying that until Black lives are treated just as equal as white people. So as you can tell from the intro that I have just given and the title that I have listed below, I'm going to be getting into some of the things that have been taking place recently with all the protests. I am going to share my thoughts. I'm going to discuss with you what I feel. So I know this video is going to be extremely different from what I usually put out on this channel, but I feel as though it is very essential for me to utilize my platform, even though I'm not the biggest YouTuber. I'm not the biggest YouTube channel by any means, but I feel as though it's important for me to utilize my platform to speak out and support a cause that I care about deeply, especially as a Black male. So you will not be getting a reaction from me this week. I know I said I would be getting away from reactions as well. So I did have something planned for this week, but due to all that is going on in today's climate, I decided to not release. I was going to release a skit that I had created, but I have postponed it to next week. So you will be getting something special from me next week. So be on the lookout for that. It's already done, but I had to postpone it because I just did not feel right with posting it in today's climate. But today I just want to share my thoughts on the George Floyd protests. This is something that is essential to talk about because one, I'm a Black male, that's clear as day. And two, this is something that has not been going on for some years. This has not been going on for no 10 years, not 20 years, but centuries. The word centuries is a lot itself. But imagine adding the word oppression. Then you have senseless and unjust killings because somebody's skin color is Black. The word gets heavier. So imagine a group of people having to deal with this kind of oppression for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, repeatedly. Unjust killings because the color of your skin, unfair and unjust treatment because you are Black. All of this on repeat throughout history. So when you see businesses being looted and destroyed, do not be surprised because these people are hurt. These people are tired of being walked all over. We are tired of being spat on. We are tired of being overlooked. We are tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. Now, I am not condoning looting and the destruction of buildings and businesses, but some people do not have the same outlet for their rage as MLK did. Some people do not have a YouTube channel to vent to. Some people just do not know how to take their anger out in a sensible form. So they resort to violence. They associate rage with violence, and that's where you have looting and that's where you have the destruction coming from. These are people who are at the bottom line. They are just hurt though. They want to make their point across, but they just don't have the right form of communicating their rage. So this is where you have all this looting and destruction stemming from. But what we aren't going to do, we are not going to make these protests seem as if they are solely about destroying the city and looting it. We do have people who are out here looting and destroying things because they are outraged. You also have people doing it because the media is misinforming them, and all they are showing is people at these protests looting and destroying stuff. And then you have people like the police who are going undercover and destroying property and looting just as well. But you have to understand this protest is more than that. This protest is not about that. This protest is about the equality of Black people. This protest is about stopping police brutality. This protest is about ending a system that was built to oppress the Black people. And here's a special message to all of you out there who are posting all these, what would MLK do, and be more like MLK at these protests, do not go out and riot, yada, yada, yada. You are absolutely right. MLK did not cause riots. He was all about being a peacemaker. But unfortunately, we do not know what he would do in today's time because he was assassinated. But what I know is, if you look into, I would say your history books, but your history books do not teach you about this. So if you actually do some digging on your own, Google it. When MLK was assassinated, there were protests and riots that broke out because people were so outraged at his wrongful death that they protested and rioted for weeks, which was called the Holy Week Uprising. And due to all the protests and all the riots, it caused lawmakers to pass the Civil Rights Act of 1968. All the rioting and all the protesting led us to our small victory of the Civil Rights Act of 1968. So the next time you guys start to judge us for rioting and protesting, just remember that, okay? But despite what the media is showing you guys, these protests are not about chaos and destruction. These protests are just about us wanting equality. We are not asking for you guys to pay us. We aren't asking for you guys to give us a feast. We just want the same luxuries as the white man and woman. We just want to be able to go to the store and buy a bag of Skittles and Arizona tea and walk home safely. We want to be able to be sound asleep and not fear that the police is going to break in and kill us senselessly. We just want to be able to walk around our communities without fearing that we are going to be killed because the color of our skin. That is all we are asking for. We are not denouncing the lives of white people, but we are demanding that our lives as Black people are put at the same level as the lives of our white counterparts. So if you are wanting and willing to demand change, you can do so by coming out and marching and protesting alongside of us. If you are afraid to do so, you can do it through the comforts of your home by visiting the various links that I will have listed in my description box, where you can sign petitions and donate to organizations. Also, be sure to call up your local commissioners, your state governors, and your state senators and ask that they give Black lives the same rights as white lives. Demand that they hold their officers accountable for their unjust actions. Demand that they put an end to a system that was built to destroy the lives of every Black man and woman. And for the people who are saying that they hear and see us but do not agree with us protesting, I expect to hear and see you at the polls on November 3rd, because right now we are under a presidency who does not care to hear nor see us, but criticize us when we are out protesting and calling us thugs. But when white men go out and protest for their gun rights and bring their firearms, what are they called? Tell me, what are they called? So I just hope and pray that this fight continues. I just hope that your want for Black lives to be considered equal continues to grow. I hope that after all this is done and over with, that justice and some kind of progress is made. Because at the end of the day, Black lives matter.